Four-post bed. Name that band. Anybody? Anybody? Sugar Ray. Come on. Fucking Sugar Ray. Let's go. Come on. So, was that it, Eric?
Yeah, you kind of just sidestepped
Yeah,
the
really,
joke.
dude. Come on.
But,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
That's what I do.
Otherwise, just working out. Working a lot. It's fucking 2 weeks till the tax deadline for corporate businesses, so.
I got my tax refund. What up?
Whoop, whoop.
Going to go ahead. I'm already trying to DJ Acacia's wedding. I don't have the speakers for it, by the way. Like, I got the soundboard, obviously, because that's
Well, me and Brian can speak at it.
Yeah, so I will tell you guys what song I'm going to play, and then you guys start screaming it, all right? So
Okay.
You don't want me singing.
We'll stand up. Yeah, like James is at his place with the soundboard. He comes over to Eric, whispers a song, comes over to me, whispers a song, and then he hits the play button because that's how DJs do. They're professional button pushers. And then Eric and I just shout the song.
not even the song. You don't even
in
sing
a
the song. You just yell the song title and the artist, and that's it. And this is what we play, Take On Me by Aha.
Other classic, The Chicken Dance. Yeah.
This is when we play Land Down Under by Men at Work.
Ladies and gentlemen, The Electric Slide.
This is when we play, what's another band in a song?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is for all you senior citizens out there. Miss New Booty by the Yin Yang Twins.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. No, fucking Yin Yang Twins. Fucking A. What was... Brian got an ESPN alert. So, what's another one? The Cha Cha Slide by who? What is that dude's name?
Irrelevant.
Exactly. What was his name?
That'd be a
I
good
don't
band
know.
name.
Mambo
Irrelevant.
Number 5 by Lou Bega.
I
That's a
couldn't even.
banger.
I couldn't even tell you that. If
You
I
know the
tried.
song, though. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah, I know the song, but I can't tell you who the fuck.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo Number 5.
So if you're trying to throw a house party after the PNC is over, if you're having a wedding, if you're having a
If you're having a
graduation,
pool party.
if you're having a pool party, do the
If you're
copyright,
having a billiard party.
do the
It's a different type of pool.
do the copyright laws. We can't play somebody else's music and then collect payment monetarily for doing so. So we'll take a case of beer and you get the three of us, right?
Yeah.
At least two of us.
Well,
Up
2
here.
cases of beer.
No, a case of beer will last us 3 for a couple hours.
Okay, but it's like one of those
As
juke
long-
boxes. You gotta
Maybe
refill
call
it.
us an Uber, too.
Yeah, call us an Uber too.
It lasts
But
longer
not
than 3
actually
hours.
just be like,
Contact your
walk up to
doctor.
Brian and be like, you're an Uber. But like actually get us an Uber home
I see
or
what you did there.
or a Lyft. Or have somebody fucking drive us home. And you have to provide the speakers because all I have is a soundboard. And probably you have to
Eric and I are the speakers.
Eric, Brian, you guys somebody's got a laptop we can bang this shit off of, I'm sure. So, yeah, you got to provide the speakers
You
on
don't need
your
a laptop. You got a cell phone, and that works.
Yeah, that works too. I got the fucking quarter-inch.
Get a Bluetooth speaker in, so.
I got the quarter-inch to eighth-inch headphone jack adapter. So, yeah, that works. Ooh, that was a burp.
Better than my brother's wedding when there was a guy that looked like, who's that turtle guy from Master in Disguise?
Oh, Dana
Remember-
Carvey.
Yeah.
I
He looked
have
like him.
no
He-
idea what
He
you're
literally
talking
fucking
about.
looked like a turtle. Bald
It was a
headed.
movie. Master of Disguise was a movie starring Dana Carvey. Kind of.
Was that Jim Carrey too?
I don't know who
I
that
don't know
is.
if he was in there, but
It was a pretty fucking bad movie.
Dana
but-
Carvey was like church lady in SNL.
Don't know who that is. If I look at my computer right now, I got the ad for the Tom and Jerry movie. Remind me not
This
to
was
watch
back when
that.
this was back when like SNL was good, like late '80s, early '90s.
Definitely not today.
If you ask me, they were never good. All right, so
The van down by a river.
yeah,
You're just
well,
saying Chris
yeah.
Farley,
Chris
dude. You're
Farley,
telling me
yeah.
that it
Fuck
was
you, bro.
never just saying, why don't you go eat a dick?
My name is Matt Foley, and I live in a van down by the river. Fucking love that. That's the only bit I like.
Well, Chris Farley had another great one, like when he was trying out for his character was trying out for the Chippendales.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
All right. So, kind of serious topic here. Y'all heard about that shit? United Airlines, their shit blowing up in Denver.
I heard about it, couldn't tell you.
Wasn't that the second incident they had that morning?
Oh, just you wait. Not that morning,
Or
but
that week, I should say,
all
or something
right.
like that.
United Flight 328. This is what gets me hard. This is what gets me up and going in the morning is aviation. That's what I, kind of bred to do. Grandfather works for North American Aviation. Father was in the Air Force, worked for McDonnell Douglas and Boeing. And then I go to school to learn how to fly. Hashtag Foo Fighters, Learn to Fly. Good song. Which doesn't teach you how to fly. Like, if you open up that song.
Stop sidetracking yourself.
You're like, all right, I'm going to learn to fly in 3.5 minutes.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have been listening to the song and actually listening to the instructors.
They don't teach you shit. All right, so United Flight 328 was a 777-200 tail number November 772 Uniform Alpha. Was going from Denver to Honolulu. That's a long flight. 7 hours?
At least.
Yeah, that's fucking...
I would have assumed longer.
Yeah, that's 7.5, 7 hours. That's a long fucking flight. Especially since you're going against the wind. Whenever you go east to west, you're going against the wind, so it's so your flight time is a little slower.
So it's 7.5 hours against the wind, longer than 7.5 hours with the wind?
Well, 7.5 hours against or with the wind will get you further than 7.5 hours against the wind. If you're flying the same amount of time with or against the wind, with the wind, you'll go further in 7.5 hours than against the wind. It's called physics.
But it's the same time. It's called time.
Really? What's time? Time is just...
Not sure.
It's it's an herb.
Time is
Yeah.
That's true.
Goes
It's
good
also
on
a
steak.
very good song by Pink Floyd on their Dark Side of the Moon album. Intro is a bunch of fucking alarm clocks going off and shit. It fucking throws you off every time. All right, so that's 777-200 made by Boeing was delivered new off the factory line in from Seattle. I think is where Boeing makes their 777s because I know they have a plant in Seattle and another one in North Carolina. Delivered new to United Airlines in 1995. Now, this right here, this is called foreshadowing. Keep this in mind. It has two Pratt & Whitney engines, the PW4077s, approved by the FAA in 1995. That same aircraft was delivered in 1995 to United. The flight to Denver to Honolulu had 231 passengers on board and 10 crew members. If you watch, you guys see the video of the engine?
Yeah, I saw that. It was on fire.
Yeah, it's on fire, and it's still spinning. The engine is off, but because of the airflow going through the engine, because the aircraft is moving through the air still, thankfully, it made the engine, the fan blades still spinning, so it looked like it was still on, and everyone's all like, on Twitter, like, why do they keep the engine on? It's not on.
No,
It's the same if you had your fucking fan in your living room attached to the top of your car going 75 miles an hour down 35W.
Wouldn't that be called a helicopter?
No, because it's facing frontward, not upward. There's if you look at the video, you can see there's about half of a fan blade missing on that number 2 engine, which is the right side, the first officer side. So what happened was the fan blade broke off and was ingested by the engine, doing what they call contained engine failure is what it's called. So the engine failed, the fan blade and everything was contained within the engine, which we'll talk about in a second is what it's supposed to do. But in one case, it didn't do that and it killed somebody. The fan blade goes missing at the worst time because you're on your climb after takeoff. And when you're on your climb after takeoff, that's the worst spot for a engine failure is at takeoff or during your climb, is because that's when you're fighting gravity and you're at your heaviest weight. You have all that fuel on board. You have all the passengers. You have all the baggage on board. You have all the cargo. The passengers' bags and cargo don't go nowhere, but the fuel does. Eventually, further down the end of the fucking flight, you're a lot lighter than what you were at the beginning because you burned off all that fuel.
Unless you're that flight when that chick went out the window.
Foreshadowing. So this United Flight 328, had to do not immediately, it's about 10 minutes after takeoff. they experience a contained engine failure. And they have to turn around, do all their checklists. And airplanes are built to fly, by the way, with one engine. Like, they can still fly with one engine. They can still fly with no engines running. If both engines, or all 4 engines, or 3 engines, depending on which aircraft you're on, stop running, they will still fly for a certain amount of time. They're not going to immediately fucking Wile E. Coyote fucking fall out of the sky. So don't worry about that. So they had to do an overweight landing checklist because they were overweight. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. They had all this fuel on board. Each aircraft has a rating for how heavy they can be to safely land. So they had to do that whole checklist. They didn't have time to dump fuel. They're not going to dump fuel over a populated area, which was Denver. They're only like 12,000 feet in the air. They're not going to dump fuel. Because then, right then, that's when you start coating neighborhoods with fuel. So luckily, they landed safely back in Denver about 40 minutes after pushing back. I did see on FlightAware, though, they landed 5 hours and 30 minutes ahead of schedule. So there's that.
Are you talking about the plane or the parts of the plane?
The engine cowling landed about 20 minutes before they did. But right in the fucking neighborhood, do you see the picture? Right in a guy's tree in his front yard between his house and his pickup truck. Like, if it hits his house, he's paid for life. If he hits his pickup truck, he's paid for the next 30 years. Landed it landed in his fucking tree. He's only paid for the next 5 years. Oh, sometimes, dude. Fucking
the shittiest
luck. If you're going to have airplane parts land on your fucking house, at least destroy the house.
Yeah, hit me in the arm or
the
ankle.
Get injured to where, like, everybody survives. Everybody survives, but you get injured. You get paid for fucking life. Especially with United. They're a fucking top 3 North American airline. You know they're going to fucking...
Yeah, if you did that with Compass,
they got the money.
You'd owe them money. So.
No, you do that with fucking, like Spirit or Frontier or Sun Country. They ain't got the fucking money. They'll go fucking...
$50
they'll go
you
bankrupt.
To get hit by a piece of our aircraft.
Yeah, they'll actually try to find a way to charge you a aircraft part recycling fee. They have to send somebody over to get some fucking aircraft parts from their airplane out of your front yard, and they'll charge you $50 for it. All right, so same thing happened to United in 2018, by the way. 2018, United Flight 1175, San Francisco to Honolulu. So apparently if you're flying United to Honolulu, don't do it because they have problems with their number 2 engines, the right side engine. Number 2 engine failure 1 hour from Philadelphia, from Honolulu. Same type of engine, by the way. It was just a slight variant of that first engine. Both instances were a fractured fan blade ingested by the engine.
Seems like a technical operations error.
So in 2018, United, the FAA and the NTSB decided that the United Airlines mechanics were not properly trained to screen for these fan blade fractures, and United rolled out this whole correction plan in 2018. Guess what? 3 years later, it happens again. Same engine type, same aircraft type, happens again.
Well, the big issue is every time they take them out for maintenance, they put them in the same bucket, and you can't sit there and you're tracking every single fan blade by each one and in each position, and you have 1 through 8, and then you'll sit there and the mechanic will put them in the bucket and then replace them and put them in different positions, so you can never really get a good track on it. So it's
it was determined by the FAA and the NTSB that their mechanics weren't properly trained or prepared in 2018.
Yeah, that's just passing blame, though. In reality,
but then in 3 years later, it happens again. And the first one, they were an hour from Honolulu. They had to go over the ocean for another hour with the engine rattling and shaking off of the right wing. And meanwhile, the passengers are freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, I'd be shitting my pants.
Yeah, you're just waiting for this engine to fall off of the wing. That literally both times it looked like. Yeah, you're over the ocean. Where are you going to go?
You're saying what? Yeah.
Where are you going to go? There's no other airport to turn to. Luckily for this flight 328 that was in Denver, they were 10 minutes removed from Denver. They can turn right back around. Luckily, it didn't happen when they're trying to climb over the Rockies, because the Denver airport is out east of the actual city, out in the